This is an alternating diagonal step back lunge. With this, I am starting out facing straight forward to a reference, feet about hip width apart, taking one foot, and I'm going to step at about a 45-degree angle behind me, pointing my toes back in that 45-degree angle behind me, while my front foot remains forward to that original starting reference. I do a lunge where I bend the back knee. The foot that stepped back, this is now the knee that bends. The front leg remains straight as I then thrust and push off that heel to get myself back up to standing, and then perform it on the other side. Step diagonally back, facing this foot at a 45-degree angle. The front starting foot faces forward, bending the back knee here, front leg stays straight, thrusting through that heel, come on back up to standing again. Switching reps with each side. You can do this holding dumbbells in your hands. You can have a dumbbell in each hand, perform the same thing. Just keep them at your sides, shoulders back and down as you bear that weight through those shoulders there. Or you can just even have one dumbbell in your hand, and it's like sort of like a goblet positioning here, stepping back and thrusting back up, keeping it based on your chest there. Now, let's take a look at the details of this form. Now, this exercise is tricky because as you step back, you're if you have a tight hip or you're not used to being able to really open up and get this knee externally rotated out, when you step back, you might find that this knee wants to rotate in and be twisted up with the relation to the foot and the hip here. This straight leg, the standing leg, that knee still needs to be kind of externally rotated out, following the direction that those toes are pointing, just as the bent knee back here, it needs to follow the same direction that these toes back here are pointing. So when you do this step back, I like this exercise because it's very dynamic. It seems simple, but when you step back, I'm not just focusing on my planted foot going down to the ground back here. I'm making sure my standing leg, the stationary leg, is externally rotating. I'm trying to pull the knee out that way. Even though as it gets straight, I'm opening it up to make sure it stays in line with that stationary foot there. So I've got a nice open hips here, so the knees stay in line with the toes, and then launch back up to standing, and then same thing on the other side. So it's kind of quick, especially when you're alternating sides. You're going to have to quickly understand, keep that stationary knee, open up, knees in line, feet out, or knees out with the toes. It can be a lot. Take your time with this. Go slowly, build up. You can do shorter ranges of motion. You don't have to go super deep with this. So you can do a smaller range to help you start to get used to how you're going to keep that knee rotated out there. Keep that spine up nice and tall through the back of your head. Keep your core braced. Try to use that glute and quad to really assist, squeezing, engaging, and firing yourself back up tall with every step there with your alternating diagonal step back lunges.